Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to Craft Our Stash. So today I thought, I haven't used these in ages, so I thought we could go through our stash and get some paper pads out that we've had for a long time and that we want to use. So what are we going to do today? So I created, now I don't know if it's up on the channel yet, but I created this birthday card, but it's got lots of flaps and stuff in it, and this bit is the birthday card, and I want to make another one because these are so fun, and I've got a couple of special birthdays this year. I think that I would just love to do it. Plus I thought we could make one for a new home. So I have all of these bits, and this is sort of, I've had this for ages and I just don't use it because I love it so much, and we need to stop doing that, guys. We just have to stop doing it. So I have two 5x7 card bases, and I've just got them because they're right in front of me, but I don't want to do that size. I'm going to do 6x5, just because my paper pad is 6-inch squares, so we're making this one smaller. But I have somebody who is moving home, and they're just having it all sorted now, so I thought it'd be nice to do one of those, but a home style one, and using these paper pads. So this one's called Home Sweet Home, and then this one is actually called Candy, but it's got some really nice plain papers in, cut parts and other bits, which I thought would go quite nicely. So just a bit more plain than this. So if I needed plainer papers to go with it, then I could use it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to put some double-sided tape on the back of one of the pieces, okay, like so, and then okay, I should really, I'm just thinking I should probably use, I'm just going to fold it over. So this is a trick that I saw on Natasha Foot. I think a lot of people use this trick, where they fold it over. I don't normally, I normally just go for it, but yeah, it's definitely a handy trick to know. So I'm just going to do that, and then take this middle one off. And what I'm going to do, what I found when I did the other one, actually I'm just going to take that one off fully, is I found that if I just push these in together like that and put it on the table, I don't know if you can see, and then without pushing down, there we go, then push down, I find that that's the best way for me to do it, and then we just pull those out. So I do have Lady with me in the craft room. She is snoring her little head off, so yeah, so bless her. Anyway, right, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by, what we're going to do, let's start off by covering it. So let's see what papers we have in here. So I know that Lady's getting louder and louder. We do have plain ones at the back, but I think I want a more of a muted tone, which is why I brought these in. So I really like that grey. Now the downside is that we only have one sheet of each colour, I think. So each page is going to be different. I like that one as well. So I'm going for the more muted colours for the base. I like that dot one. We need 6, I think. Let's have a look what we've got in here. So let's do that one because that's quite a nice muted colour, and I think this tealy colour's quite a nice muted one as well. So that's all 6, right? Perfect. So let's go with that. So all I'm going to do, let's use this one. Yeah, let's use that for our front cover. So I'm just going to yeah, stick it onto there like so, although I want to add in a flap. So I have a 6x6 envelope here. Will that fit on there, or do I have to cut that down? I think I'll have to cut it down. Lady, honestly, she's not a lady at all. I'm trying to think. I'm just seeing what's on my desk because, yeah, I want to use up bits and pieces that have sort of been laying around. So we can use one of those card bases, which is just an A6 size card base. I do need to grab a couple of envelopes out because I think it's always nice to add in an envelope. So let's have a quick scan at for some envelopes. Right, okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I've actually got some 5x7 envelopes. So I'm going to use that, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck that in like that and just fold that over. Might just go a little bit further. Okay, so just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue this shut. So like that. So that's all nicely shut. And then on this smaller bit, I'm just going to put some glue. And I'm putting this in first because we can hide this bit with the front cover. And then centering it as much as I can. I'm just going to stick that down like so. And then I'm going to grab this. Actually, I'm going to cut it down to size. I'm going to cut it down to just under, like a smidgen under 5 inches. And that should fit on there nicely. Let me just, right, need it to be a smidgen smaller than 6 inches as well. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off both ways. Oh, nearly did too much. So it's going to be 4 7/8 and 5 7/8. So that's the size of the paper. And then we're just going to glue that down on here like so. So it's a little bit of a border. And that's just, it just makes life easier. And then press that down. So that is the front cover ready to go. And then when we open up, we turn that out. This will become a pocket, so we'll cut it along there. But for now, we're just cutting these down. So let's cut all these down to size. So we want 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. And we're going to do that to all of them. So just like so. But it's a good way to sort of, you know, give little presents in. So you could even do photographs of you and your friend together for the birthday. You could, yeah, there's just so many different things that you could do. Right, it needs to be that way because that's the way that I like. So yeah, so I just really like the idea of having this as a birthday card. So you just give them this in an envelope. Now I get asked a lot about chunky cards and putting them in envelopes and stuff. I literally just, if I make them, I literally just buy a new, a new card. Not buy. I get a envelope that is just bigger than the card itself, and I just pop it in that. So I don't make any special boxes or any cards like that, but I do get asked that question so much. So yeah. Right, okay, let's work out where we want these. So I'm thinking I want the other patterned piece on there. So yeah, and then I'm going to go with the pink on there and the pink on there. Yeah, I like that, right. But my mother-in-law is just moving house. So she's moving into a bungalow and she's having lots of work done. So I thought instead of giving her a card, I would do a little thing and give her put like face masks and other things that I can sort of fit in, like a little pamper set for her for when she moves in properly. So I thought it'd just be something really nice for her to use. So, oh lady dear. Right, so that's the inside. I mean, how nice does that look? Yeah. And then, oh no, do I want that side or that side? Yeah, that side. Oh, that's the only problem, isn't it, when you get paper that you like. especially when you like both sides, it's like, which one do you choose? But yeah, I'm thinking this one goes the nicest. And then on the back, I've just got this nice blue. You don't have to put anything on the back. I just think that, you know, you may as well, you're there anyway. And it's those little attention to details, isn't it? Okay, so there is that done. So that is all nice and done. So that's what we have so far. Now this is the card that we're going to do. So the card's going to just sit in the center. So let's glue that down. And then we decorate the card as if it's just a normal card. And then inside you can write your message. Okay. So just like that. Right, and then, okay, so I just want to cover these up as well. Now, oh, I like that paper. That's a nice one. Quite like that dotty one as well. Although we could have the dot or the line. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard. I don't know which one to choose. Although, could we have this bit, which is a scrap bit, with maybe a bit of this at the bottom? No, it doesn't quite fit. Right, I'm liking this bit for inside of there. I think I want to go with the blue. Although, let's have a look what's in here. Let's see what, because we do actually, we do have these on. Oh, there, that plaid is gorgeous. So let's have that. And yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the plaid. Okay, so I need to just measure this up. So let me grab my ruler. Unfortunately, it is in centimetres because in the UK we seem to do everything in centimetres. That makes no help because everything here is in inches. So, oh, it's not. So about, is it about 12 centimetres? Oh, less than 12, just under 12 centimetres. So it is 4 5/8 by, and this should be 5, 13.5 by, I'm going to go with just 13, I think. Yeah. Oh, that works. That works quite nicely actually. So, so 13 by 4 7. Oh, I've done that the wrong way, but never mind. Okay, never mind. Right, so I'm just going to glue these on. Now, I'm going to glue this one on first. Like so. Oh, my glue is getting blocked up. Right, okay, so I'm going to glue that down there first, and then I've just got, I think this is a 2-inch, yeah, 4 centimetres, which is, oh, it's a 1.5-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out a thumb hole here. Okay, so like so, and then I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm just going to cut along this edge, so that it becomes a pocket. So just taking a tiny slither out. So now that opens into a pocket. And the reason why I did it before I put this one on is because I want to keep that. And I just thought, oh, actually, oh, that would have worked nice if it was in the thing. So I'm going to have to put a little bit of cardstock just on the back, which is fine. So I'm just going to use this. Okay. And cut that down. So I'm going to stick this down. And this is just so that you can't see it. It's all looks fine on the outside. Oh, that's let me just grab my pin and just clear this out, because that is really getting on my nerves. Okay, and then there we go, much better. Oh, I didn't need glue all the way over there. Just going to put glue across the edge of here and around there, and that's just to ensure that I thought so. So I closed it then so that I would get perfect placement of my paper. So there's that, and it just went over the edge. So and now you can see we've got this grey bit, so that's telling us that that is a pocket just there. So yeah, what else? I'm going to make a little mini envelope. I was going to get a brown one out, but I think we should make one so it matches the paper. So let's see what, let's do this pink. So, and let's cut it down. So this will make a 3.5 inch envelope. So I'm going to just cut this down to 6 inches. Make sure it's definitely the right size. Okay, and then it says, let's have a look, 6 inches, 3 score line at 3. So this makes, so what you want to do, you've got your measurements. So the paper size is 6 by 6. So if you go to the 6 by 6 on your board, it will tell you, it'll make a 3.5 inch envelope, and you start it at 3 inches. So you start your score line at 3 inches. Now I need to grab, this will do. So where this score line is, we score. Okay, and then we punch it as well, and then you just line up the score line then there, and yeah, you just keep going along until it's all done. So once you've got one of these, they're definitely worth it, especially if it's something that you want to make quite a lot of envelopes. It's definitely something well worth investing in. And then we can also just put it in the other end, and we just round that corner there. Okay, so now I'm going to make this up. So you want to bring in your 2 side bits first. This is a square envelope, and then you want to bring this bit up, and we're just going to, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, just keep that down, and then I'm just going to glue across there like that, like so. And that is then our envelope, which is going to sit just there. So I mean, how easy was that? So yeah, okay, let's see, it's getting blocked, so I'm just going to stick that on there like so. Okay, so that is that done. Now in here we've got lots of cut aparts, so I think that we can look at using some of them. I really like that. I love that home paper. Let's have a look. I love that butterfly one as well. Oh, we've got this page, so we could use that. Oh, that's got some of the homes on as well. So we could use, let's have a look at through our bits and pieces. So let's see if we can't use all the little bits up. And then, yeah, because I think sometimes it's nice just to use all those little bits up, isn't it? And we are crafting our stash, so let's see what we can do. I mean, we've got gorgeous paper here. So because the first thing I want to do is I want to create the card. So I'm just going to grab my paper. Now I am tearing, because who doesn't love to tear? I'm just going to cut however across here, because yeah. Okay, so I'm liking that there. I mean, we've got, look at that. I mean, straight away, how gorgeous does that look? Ooh, I'm liking that. cloud, but I like that home, but that's damaged, so we use the one off here. Let me cut these. Let's cut everything down. I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to just take one step back a moment, and we need to cut down all of our elements, put them in little piles, see exactly what we've got, and then go from there. I think that's going to be our best bet of using everything up and making sure that everything is used up how we want. Okay, my tummy is rumbling. Oh, here's Lucy. So I'm going to cut all of these bits up, see my daughter, and then once this is all done, I'll be back. Right, okay, so I'm back. If you can hear anything in the background, that is a lovely little lady. She is having her tea, and she's taking her tub all the way around the kitchen. Anyway, right, also I do have Lucy helping me out in the kitchen because she is just absolutely awesome, so you may hear her as well. Right, okay, so I have done that. I've cut all of the bits down, so we've got lots and lots of strips. Now, I really, really love that there. Now, I love this house bit here. And what I'm thinking though is actually have it underneath, just like that, so that it just sort of peeks out. So let's do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut it there, because we have these bits as well that I was thinking I could layer up just like that. So that's what we're going to do. Let's make that a bit neater and cut that straight across. So let's glue that onto here. Actually first, let's cut this straight across, or as straight as it's going to get. Yeah, if I just glue that onto there like that. What did I do with my glue? There it is. Now the hole in it is closing up, so just going to grab my pin again and just try and open that just a little bit more. Okay, right, so I'm going to stick this down along that edge there. Oh, so let me just pull it down a little, because I want that edge to be straight, and then I'm just going to go across that bottom edge. See, it might have been easier to do the card after, like before, sorry, sticking it down, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so then I'm going to stick this bit down. Okay, and that's just going to stick on there like that. Now where did we put them? There's that, this other bit. And then that's just going to come in like that. So I just want to cut across that edge. Yeah. And then let's pop some glue on there like that. And then that hides what we're trying to, what we want to hide. But it also sort of gives us a little bit more on there. Yeah, I really like that. I love how that looks. So let's pop some glue down on here. Yeah, this is definitely clogged up with something. So what I normally do, so let me show you, because I need to take them off. So I'm just going to use my pliers just to get this off, if we can. There we go. And then what I do, because I know there's something in there that's clogging this up, I go from the inside out, and then that then takes out what is clogging it normally, and then my glue goes back to working perfectly again. But there is definitely something. There it is. So I don't know if you can see it. That was what kept going in my glue and clogging it up. So by going from the inside out, yeah, it really does make a difference. And then I don't know if that's, oh, it's a bit of plastic. I'm going to say I thought it was a clog then. and then we'll put that back on. So now that should work. There we go, much better. So it's always worth going from the inside out when unclogging your glue. Okay, so that's nice and adhered down. I do have a few more bits here. Actually, if I notice this, I'm just going to put a thing in it. There we go. Because how nice would that be? Just on there like that. So we're sort of building it up in a way. And I'm wondering whether to bring down, you know, just some banners just at the top. Could be nice. Let's have a look. Right, so we have all these journaling cards. So let's have a look what we have. Today is all about you. Love is like a butterfly, so soft and gentle like a sigh. Oh, your smile will be planted in my heart. Lovely cards, really nice. Okay, so I'm thinking the Home Sweet Home one might be nice. And actually, that just tucked there. I mean, that in itself, just like that, looks really nice. And then I might bring a banner down just on this side, just for something a little extra. So yeah, so I am going to keep that there. So I'm not going to move it. We're just going to pop some glue on and glue it down. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop some glue down on the back of here, like so. I mean, how amazing does that look, guys? Okay. And then I'm just going to cut this just across that line there, and then I'm going to turn it into a banner. So to turn it into a banner, just cut up the center and then go from one point on one side up to that center point and vice versa. Okay, so a little bit of glue on, and then that can just sit on that like that. How cool is that? That looks so pretty, so pretty. Oh, I'm just thinking, how nice would that be just on there? But then I think I might do it for the front cover. So for the front bit, have the home. We've got this lovely, which actually looks really nice across there. Maybe even we could add even some clouds in. Yeah, do you know what? Let's do that. So I'm going to build up the front just with some different layers of these like banner border things. Yeah. So, and actually, I keep going to pick up my pliers. I'm going to just cut some at an angle, and we're just going to glue, because they're not going to go. Oh, got glue all on that side. We're not going to go all the way. We're just going to add, like I said, just some banners here and there. I think it's a good way of using them up as well. So yeah. Now, where's that home? Oh, there it is. Because that's going to sit there. So I want it so that, yeah, so about there. Okay. And then I'll cut these down as we trim them. Well, as we come to it once we finish. Now, I do have lots of other ones. So we've got raindrops, which, again, I don't know what she's barking at, but I do apologise. She's an absolute nightmare sometimes. Okay, I really want this bird one on because I think this bird one would look amazing. So again, and we're just picking up little bits of them. Now I just want to just cut that, because on the other side of it we have a yellow bit which I really like, so that's just going to go there like so. Now I do need to cut these down. so that's better. Yeah, and then I'm going to cut these ones down as well, although I'm finding that quite difficult to get in, so it might be worth doing. Oh, look at that, I've messed that up now, but that's fine. We can work with that, guys. We can, oh, there we go. We can put some birdies on. Where's my little, where's my home? It keeps going away from me. Wrong way, Dawn. That way. Yeah. Yeah, we can have it. Yes, I'm going to have that there. So let's cut it before we put on. So it's all worth, you know, if we make a mistake, it really doesn't matter. We can fix it. So that's there. But this one, oh, actually I like that up there. So I'm just gonna snip that actually and have them arrows going that way. Yeah, why not? Right, so just pop that on like so. Okay, so there's that. Now let's glue this down. Actually, do I want any other ones? Because we could, in theory, we put two on. Oh, what about that? I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Right. So I'm just going to glue this down. So I know we're hiding those birdies at the bottom, which is a bit of a shame, but I really like how it's going. Okay, so just like that, and then I'm thinking, because of the fact that we got rid of those birds at the bottom, we pop this on over the top. Yes, definitely, I like that. Okay, so there we are. I'm loving how that looks. So there's that. So that's what we've done with those bits. Now, shall we see what else we have? What else do we have? These are all just strips of paper. Oh, we've got these. So what about if I cut one of these out? Yeah, I think so. So let's fussy cut this like that. How awesome is Lucy helping me out? I don't even know if she's listening, but she is pretty awesome. And you know, no, she's not listening. She is so engrossed in her phone. So she's supposed to be doing the washing up and the emptying the bin for me. So they're the two things that I really struggle to do, surprisingly. However, I'm not complaining that I struggle to do them, because they're my least favourite jobs. But yeah, it's a big tall bin, and I struggle to empty it, so I leave it for my husband, or Lucy does it for me when it gets overflowing. And pots, yeah, can cause quite a bit of pain. I can't stand in the same place for too long, so I've got to either be constantly moving. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I've got to be constantly moving, or yeah, sat down. So it's hard work. It's hard work. Oh, I like that. Doesn't that look so cute? So now it's all about decorating up these bits. So we have lots and lots of little bits and pieces that we can use. So we are going to I like that on there. And actually wondering whether to have that as a belly band. Let's do that. Okay, because then I can fit a face mask in there. Yeah, a face mask would fit in there perfectly. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Now on these, oh, I might have one of these just on the top. Let's have a look. Oh, what about that home one? Just sat on there. Oh, I like the birdie one. And then I've got the kite. I've got another home. Oh, just perfect. I like that. I like the colours of that. So I'm just going to put a line of glue there, and then just press that down. So then what will go in here is, so for instance, say this was the face mask. I just pop the face mask in there, and then I'll just put enjoy or something, like some words on there. So that's what we'll do on there. So that bit's done. Now in here, we could put anything on. Now I want to have some, yeah, let's have some what do you call it, the pattern paper on, just as a trim on the envelope, because you know, just as a simple trim really does make all the difference. And then I might do a little banner up there, so let's cut that, okay, and then turn it into a banner. Okay, just like so, and then I'm just going to glue that down like that. Oh, I like that. And then yeah, I'm going to fussy cut this pink one out now like this. Okay, and then we'll put that over the top. Actually, I don't know whether to put it over the top or whether to put it on the envelope. That is the question, guys. Right, nearly there. Do I put it on the envelope or just there? My first thought was to put it there, but then what would I have on the envelope? Oh, unless we had this today. Okay. Right, so just going to go around this. Even if I don't use it on this piece, on this bit, we could definitely use it somewhere else. So it is worth me cutting it out. Oh, the other thing that I've just seen is that home. So I could, yeah. And over, and then we just need to do something with these. Now I liked, well, I'm thinking that we have this, well, I'm keeping it sort of the same, similar style to what I did my last one, but right, I'm just going to cut this. Okay, whether to have the pink or the blue, I think the blue side. Yeah, with this one. So let's cut this down as well. Ooh, I like that, because this is just going to be like a little decorated page, I think. Because why not? Why not indeed? Okay. Right, and then this bit. Okay, and then stick that down just there like that. Now I like that, but I also want, I like the home, but it is a bit damaged. But I'm wondering if I cut the bird out, how that would be on it. So let's cut the bird out. Okay. So just like this. And then I can put the bird over the top where I'm not happy with it. Okay. Oh, yeah, he works. So this could be like mammy one, and then we have baby one. Yeah, much better. So let's stick that down. Okay, just there. I like that. I really like that. We've just got this bit which I'm going to turn into a tuck spot. Actually, unless I do a little, yeah, a little pocket there. So cut that down. And do you know what's really nice is that we're actually using, you know, bits that we've cut off and you think, why on earth have you kept them? What are you ever going to use them for? And we've used quite a lot. I mean, how cool is that? So, and that's just from crafting our stash. That's literally, yeah, I'm going to have that joy in there. I'm going to have that happiness in there because I think that works. Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, we need something in there. So I'm going to have one of these ones. Yeah, and maybe put like a bag of buttons or something in there. I did have a bag of Cadbury's buttons. Little, you know, the little mini ones. There they are. So you could get a little bag and put some chocolate in there and then just fold it over. Because the way that, so I would have that and then I'll close that up. So as you can see, it is quite fat, but the way that I deal with that is I just put ribbon round. So it's like a present, but how cool is that? And then you've got some little buttons. Anyway, last bit. So we've done that bit, This is the last bit to do. And I'm going to go with, I don't know actually. I think it's just going to have to be plain. I think the blue. Yeah, I think the blue. Right, I'm just going to cut that down. Right. Oh, a little bit more off. Yeah. And have that as a pocket as well. So, yeah, I think, guys, I think this is us done. So they don't take long at all to do, but you know, they're just such a lovely, thoughtful gift. And then if I was given this to a crafter, all these little journaling cards, what I would then do is I would pick some for this bit here. So maybe something like that, and then the rest of them I would get it and I would just pop it into that pocket there, like so. And yeah, and then the crafter, like if it is a crafter that is getting this, they've got some extra bits to craft with. So that is it, guys. That is my video for today. So we've used quite a bit. So the bits that I'm sort of going to keep, because we can definitely use all of these strippy bits, that should be in here. Yeah, so I think we've used quite a bit up. And they'll just go in my scrap box. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's inspired you, and I hope you guys give it a go. It's just another take on a birthday card, but something that's really fun. So if it's for a crafty friend, you can fill it up with crafty goodies. If it's for, you could even put jewellery in there as well. There's so many things that you put dyes in, you can put chocolates in, face masks, you name it, you can put in it. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hopefully I will see you again in another video very soon. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.